What if I told you that the intricate network of neurons inside your brain and the vast cosmic web of galaxies out there in space were built from the exact same blueprint? Yeah, I know, it sounds pretty out there, but today we're going to dig into that mind-bending possibility.
So let's just get right to it. Is the 3-pound organ inside your skull actually a miniature reflection of the entire cosmos? Look, I get it, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction. But, as you're about to see, the similarities are, well, they're surprisingly compelling.
Our journey into this really starts with this idea of a cosmic mirror. This is where we find the first clues, these really startling resemblances between the neural network buzzing away in our heads and the cosmic network of galaxies that stretches across all of space.
Now, at first glance, you'd think, no way. I mean, the brain is about 77% water. The universe, it's about 72% dark energy. They couldn't seem more different. But here's the twist. In both systems, these main ingredients are basically passive. They're just the stage. The real action, the actual structure, comes from everything else.
So that's the crucial point right there. The deep connection isn't about their substance, it's about their architecture. It's all about this incredible blueprint that they both seem to be following.
So if it's not what they're made of, it has to be how they're built, right? Let's try to decode this universal blueprint and see just how deep these similarities really go.
It all starts right here, with the basic building block of your central nervous system, the neuron. You've got billions of these little guys. Each one has a central body, that's the node, and then it just reaches out, trying to connect with all the others.
And this is where we see the first mind-blowing parallel. In the brain, the key connection points, the nodes, are neurons. In the cosmic web of the universe, the nodes are entire galaxies. Just let that sink in for a moment. Your individual brain cells are the structural equivalent of massive star systems. It's absolutely wild.
But how do these nodes connect? Well, in both systems, they're linked by these long thread-like structures. And get this, in both biology and in cosmology, these connectors are called the exact same thing, filaments.
Okay, now here comes the truly incredible part. When scientists analyze the human brain, they found that, on average, each neuron is connected to other neurons by about 4.6 to 5.4 filaments. This number, it basically represents the density and the complexity of our neural network. Keep that number in your head.
So, what do you think astrophysicists found when they mapped the cosmic web? An average of 3.8 to 4.1 filaments connecting each galaxy. I mean, the numbers aren't identical, but they're so close it's uncanny. So you have to ask yourself, is this just a crazy coincidence? Or does it point to something way more profound about how complexity just happens in our universe?
This leads researchers to a pretty profound conclusion. As they put it, there has to be some law that is governing all structures found in the natural world. Imagine that, a fundamental law of nature, a universal principle that governs how complex networks form, whether it's inside your skull or across billions of light years. The structural similarities are, well, they're striking. But what could they possibly mean? This is where our source material takes a fascinating leap. From the science we can observe to a more speculative idea it calls the quantum bridge, a theory for how our inner world might actually connect with the outer cosmos.
And the key to this bridge? Imagination. But hold on, we're not talking about just daydreaming here. In this context, imagination is defined as an active platform, a functional tool your brain can use to connect its neural network directly to the universe.
And this all leads to the concept of the quantum brain. The theory basically goes like this. Your creative imagination isn't just internal. It can actually generate and focus a type of energy field. And in this model, our consciousness and our emotions act as trigger points. They're the mechanism that allows our focused intention to interact with the broader quantum energy of the universe. The most radical part? The idea that these triggers, if you master them, could potentially even influence that energy to become matter.
Okay, I know this all sounds incredibly vast and abstract. So how do we bring it all back down to earth? Well, this final section is all about that, harnessing your mind and moving from this huge cosmic theory to a real sense of personal purpose.
So, why does any of this matter to you? According to the source, embracing this connection isn't just some fascinating intellectual exercise. It's a pathway. When you realize you're part of this immense interconnected network, it fosters humility, it gives life meaning, and ultimately, it can lead to a much deeper sense of fulfillment.
So how do you even begin this journey? The source suggests a pretty clear three-step path. First, you have to change your mindset. Second, you train your emotions. And third, you reflect inward. Let's break down what each of those steps really means.
Okay, step 1 is all about changing your thinking. The idea here is that by taking conscious control of your thoughts, you can actually create physical changes in your brain. You can literally rewire your own neural network to make it better at facilitating this cosmic connection.
Step 2 focuses on training your emotions. Remember those trigger points we talked about? Well, the source argues that our emotions are the catalysts. They're the initiation points for interacting with that quantum field. So mastering them is absolutely essential if you want to focus your energy constructively.
And finally, step 3 is inward reflection. This means really getting to know yourself, your unique talents, your goals. It's this self-awareness, combined with the humility that comes from seeing yourself as a small but integral part of a vast universe. That's what makes a true connection possible.
So we'll end with this powerful and provocative thought. Once humans get control of their thinking, they can alter the neural network and help connect to the universe. Just think about that. The idea that you hold the potential right inside your own mind to consciously connect with the very fabric of existence. So, is the brain a miniature universe? Maybe the better question is, now that you've seen the blueprint, what are you going to choose to build?